Okay, here we go with some moldy bread. You can see I kind of got my stuff laid out here nicely. I've got the baggies, I've got the bread, I have the Q-tip, and some water. I got a pen so I can do a little paperwork. You can see these bags are they're numbered and they're labeled. Radiator 1, Radiator 2, Radiator 3. This is going to be obviously the warmer than room temperature location. It really is a pretty simple experiment. I know there's a lot of paperwork and it looks maybe kind of daunting, but really it isn't. You're just going to get some dust from one location preferably, and you're going to use that dust to coat the pieces of bread. And you simply coat them, sprinkle a little water, put them in the baggie, seal it up, and you're good. And pretty much after that, it's a waiting game. Make sure you seal the baggie up pretty well. And you're okay. All I can be able to do is seal that baggie up. Doesn't look hard, does it? At any rate, you go ahead and you take care of all that, and then this kind of brings you to the paperwork. And then I'm gonna spend a little bit of time going over. Okay, now we're looking at the graph, and don't let the graph scare you. It's really a simple graph. The fact that there are 3 lines there isn't a big deal at all, and it does a halfway decent job here of explaining. But at any rate, they're all going to start at day 1, and they're all going to start at 0. This axis over here, the y-axis actually, that's the percentage of mold that's on the bread. These are just simply the days here. So they all start out with nothing, and you can see the blue bread A, it takes off pretty good. The green never even gets any mold on it, and the yellow doesn't do real well, but it has a little bit. I would think maybe you'd want to do colored pencils on this, and I can help you with that towards the end of the project if you need me to. But it really is not a complicated graph. I might think these guys count by 10s. I think you're better off probably counting by 2s or maybe 3s, especially because you're going to start out kind of low. And matter of fact, you're going to probably even start out actually at less than 1. But anyway, you can figure that out. This isn't as crazy as it looks either. For instance, let's say that this is, just for the heck of it, let's jump up to maybe day 4 or 5. And the location, let's say, radiator, bag 1, 2, 3. Now, there's 100 squares here. This is kind of a version of the piece of bread, if you will. And if the mold, for instance, maybe you got some mold down here. Maybe you got a little bit over here. Maybe some here. Here you've got a bit. Here you got some mold. Let's say you got some there too. Okay, so you got 2 right here. All right, that means that you've got 2% of the slice covered with mold. Here it looks like 2, 4, 6, about 10. And 6, 8, 10 as well. Alrighty, so you add that up. What do you get? 10, 10, and 2. 22. 22 divided by 3, because you want the average. Call it 7. Okay, so on day 5, back to your graph, on day 5 for the radiator bread, you're going to find the 7, plot your point, and wait for day 8. But really, it's just that simple, actually. Okay, hey, I'm back. I didn't realize that just a little bit ago this was maybe not able to be seen, rather. But anyway, this piece of bread was covered by 10%. This was 10%. This was 2%. So I added them up, and I got 22. Divided by 3, that's where my 7 comes from. So that is the number that I'm going to put on my graph for day 5, and I'd go up and I'd find 7 wherever that'd be, and that's where I would plot my point. Okay, so now you do this. I got you lots of these. If you need more copies, well, hey, sorry. Here is a handy place as well to record your, let me move this up, to record your data as well. And for instance, on day 5, warmer than room temperature, we ended up with a 7, and that would go right in that box right there. There's some graph paper here for you. There's a place for some notes, and there is actually, you kind of got the deluxe background research paper. This whole idea of mold is really pretty interesting. And I expect you're going to find out some pretty cool things about it. There's a gentleman a long time ago here, I believe, from the University of Pittsburgh, who did some interesting things with mold and turned out rather well. So hey, enjoy yourself and wash your hands. Bye.